What is going on, everyone? Welcome to today's video. Happy Friday. Let me know down below if the music is a little too low, and let me know how the lighting is, how to go ahead and lower my light today. I'm not feeling too much with the light all over my face, but I hope all of you are having a wonderful day. Happy Friday, happy Saturday, depending on the time in the world that you're in today. We're going to be talking about Pepe 2.0, slightly taking a pretty nice little dump, and as well, we're going to go ahead and talk about Bitcoin making a new pump. So let's go ahead and give me a minute. Welcome everybody to the channel. Smash that like button, subscribe, comment down below, and let's get this Friday or Saturday going, depending on the time that you're watching this. Let me go ahead and check officially if we are live on my end. Let me pull everything out. Looks like we are set. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's it going, Saeed? Thank you for joining. One of the first to join here. Thank you. I appreciate you. Let me know the music's a little too loud, all right? But this is congratulations for all of you joining in right now at the moment. Thank you. Really do appreciate all of you. All right, so let me go ahead and just post my MEXC link down below and start getting your questions prepared for me. Ask me whatever you want. It doesn't have to be crypto related. It could be anything. How your day is going. How was your week? Whatever the case is, just go ahead and comment down below, and let's go ahead and get this day up and running right now. So let me go ahead and put down this comment real quick on my live, just that way so we can go ahead and have this up and running for all those that are interested. Possum. So I actually went ahead and I posted my link right down below. Let me go ahead and lower down the music a little bit. Thank you, Saeed. I really appreciate you. Saeed says it's going good. Keep it up. I really appreciate you, man. I really do. I'm gonna be honest with all of you, chat. When I go ahead and go live, like, I look forward every day to talk to every one of you, regardless of how the market is doing. I'm excited just to go ahead and be here, talk to one another, and not seem as crazy as everybody else, right? Because there's like two different sides of people in this world, right? The believers that are in crypto and then the non-believers in crypto, right? And I think the fact that we could go ahead and share that passion together, whether it's meme coins, whether it's cryptocurrencies in general, or just even the fact of obtaining that financial freedom that we really all want to go ahead and obtain. I think that's something that I really do enjoy spending the time with. So it really does mean a lot when I go ahead and talk to you here every day, regardless of the market. I enjoy spending the time with all of you here. And one of the biggest things, the ways you can go ahead and support the channel, most importantly, just by smashing the like button. It's completely free, doesn't cost you anything, and just commenting down below, really. Hey, how's it going, Ryan? Hope you're having a great day today. Saeed says, day is going well, just can't wait till we see the market changing lives. I 100% agree, man. I think that's really, really exciting. I like the fact that that's what we have with crypto. I'm just fixing like my audio, making sure nothing's too loud. Hold on, I don't want to be... I think the music's a little too loud. I think that should be good, right? Okay, there you go. We're going to leave it right there. I think that should be good. Just comment down below. Like I said, if anything, it's a little too annoying. Because sometimes I'd be watching my streams and I'm like, dude, that freaking music is annoying. But sometimes it's a little too quiet, right? Saeed says, day is going well. Just can't wait till we see this market changing lives. 100%, man. I'm really, really excited. I mean, like, that's the beauty of crypto. I like the fact that we could go ahead and turn a couple $100s and make it into a couple grand to even a couple million, right? I like the beauty about that. That's the reason why I fell in love with cryptocurrencies. We do run into this issue in the world, most specifically the meme coin sector, right? I think we get a lot of bash for being in the meme coin sector. I mean, I get bashed all the time. Like, most people don't really try to take me too serious because I'm a shitcoin talker, because I talk about all these shitcoins. But what people don't realize is that what I like about shitcoins, it kind of reminds me of penny stocks, right? You have the advantage and the opportunity to make life-changing money off risking little money as compared to if you're trading Bitcoin or Ethereum, right? Now you have to put in more money up front, lower reward, but with a higher risk, right? And to me personally, I think in the world when you take no risk, taking no risk is a form of risk, right? So taking that opportunity to not go ahead and make money, it's like limiting yourself. And that's why for me personally, I love meme coins, man. They remind me of like investing into penny stocks, you know? I mean, penny stocks are kind of sketchy too, but is there money to be made? Yes. And like the fact that I like about meme coins is that it's a lower level to entry, right? You could go ahead and start off with 50 bucks and literally turn $50 into a couple $100 or a couple $100,000, you know? So that's why I love meme coins, and I think it's one of those where people really have a different conception of what meme coins are. But for me, I like the fact that it doesn't matter how much money you have, right? How much money you have or how much your knowledge is, everybody could go ahead and share something in common together and make some money out of it. And to me, dude, I'm here to make money, and I hope all of you are here to make money as well, right? So I think there's a lot of opportunities to make money. Just that what people try to make it seem like, you know, a lot easier in different areas than what it really is. Like, in order to go ahead and make money trading Bitcoin and Ethereum, you need to go ahead and have either a nice amount of money, or you're gonna have to be risking a lot with leverage, right? And with leverage, anything above 20x, in my opinion, I think it's super volatile, and you have your chances of losing more money a lot quicker, right? With meme coins, it's more of a like projecting where things might go, right? It's like riding the hype wave. It's like you just have to see how people, you know, react. It's more like an emotional thing too as well. I mean, trading is as well, but with meme coins, I feel like it's a lot more fun, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like who the heck says like I can't wait to go ahead and talk about, you know, Bitcoin today? Like, maybe Bitcoin maxis, bro, but meme coins, like, to me, is like, whether it's Pepe, whether it's Ethereum, like the fact that everybody comes united and like has that like that energy to go ahead and like jump in, and you know what I mean? I don't know. It's like a little vibe, you know what I mean? That's why I like meme coins. I think the community's freaking fun. The people you get to meet, like I've met all of you here, and I know most of you only like the meme coins. You know, I love the meme coins too, and then some people prefer only Bitcoin or you know, the altcoins, which are also risky in my opinion, but it's kind of crazy how meme coins could go ahead and, you know, really bring someone together. And that's why I love meme coins. I think it's one of those forums where meme coin, the kind of value meme coins provide, I've always said this, the value meme coins provide is attention, and attention is value, right? If you can't get someone's attention, you can't go ahead and really provide anything, right? Whether it's a solution or a service you're trying to provide, if you can't grab someone's attention, you can't provide any of that service or value that you really want to go ahead and push, right? And that's why I love meme coins. Like the fact that not only can you make money, but you could also go ahead and meet a lot of very smart individuals. Believe it or not, I met a lot of you. I'm like, every time I'm here on stream and I'm like talking to all of you, I'm like, damn, dude, my freaking community's smart as fuck. A lot of you are smarter than me, you know, and I like that fact. So let me go ahead and read right now. Saeed says, but I'm patient for now because I'm still loading punch up my bags. Yeah, man, the thing is with meme coins, especially any kind of investment, especially in this space, overall, I think it's all about patience, right? And it's just like everything in life. It's like if you're going to the gym, you're not going to see the results in the first 3 months, maybe not even the 6 months, right? But later down the line, after 10 to 12 months, dude, you're going to go ahead and be seeing those results. And it's kind of the same thing with crypto, or like just investing in general, even investing in yourself, right? It's like you get better over time as you learn. As time goes on and you become better, you start to see improvement, right? That's the same thing when it comes to whether you're trading meme coins or investing. The goal is to become better every day, right? It's to go ahead and accept that you're wrong, be like, okay, you know what, I did this mistake, it's okay. It's not okay that I did it, but it's okay as long as I go ahead and learn from it, and then just move on and then move forward, right? And I think that's the beauty when it comes to just being consistent. And we could go ahead and measure that in anything in life, right? I hope you're having a great day today, Ryan, or should I say good night, because I know it's already late out there for you. Saeed says, see, I want to make sure all of it is getting filled up. 100%, bro. I mean, that's really what the goal is right now, is you go ahead and stack up on the... Look, I'm not going to go ahead and say I told you so, but go back to my content. I posted... Look, we're going to go ahead and do this. Welcome, Mia, by the way. I'm going to go ahead and read your question right now. Check this out. I literally said this last week. I've been saying how bullish the market was going to be. I even asked all of you. This is what I'm telling you. You guys are very, very smart. Like straight up, like I don't think I've ever come across this many smart individuals, especially in the crypto space, right? No offense. But I asked this question 3 days ago. Do you think BTC will break above 29,000 this week? 66% of you voted yes. 34% of you voted no. And what that tells me is that regardless whether you believe it, yes or no, right? It doesn't really matter. What I'm really trying to show you here is that if you go back all the way to my content, on my live content, I was talking about, 40,000 Bitcoin incoming, altcoin season starting, meme coin season coming, all this stuff about 2 weeks ago. I've been bullish on, actually 3 weeks ago, I've been pretty bullish on Bitcoin. I've been really, really bullish on Bitcoin when everybody was bearish. And when everybody was bullish on crypto, I was bearish. Look at that. I was bearish in the market when everybody was bullish, and I was bullish in the market when everybody was bearish. And one thing that I've learned till this day now, I literally learned this from someone. They told me, you always want to go ahead and do the opposite of what people think. If people think that we are in a bull run, we are in a bear market. When people start to believe we are in a bear market, that's when you start to go all in. Because that means that the bull market is starting. And everybody has been so negative the last 2 weeks, while you and I have been talking about meme coin season starting, altcoin season starting, Bitcoin hitting, new all-time highs, while everybody's like, bro, like, stop doing clickbait, like, provide some real value. It's like, bro, it's like, this is my opinion and I believe it's gonna happen, right? And so far, it hit it, It doesn't mean that we have to be right, but what I'm trying to tell you is that we have to go ahead and go in with that kind of mentality, right? Mia, how's it going? Hey, bro, you're 100% right. If you have the possibility, you should always try both ways. 100%. And the whole goal here is to go ahead and lower your risk, but also make a decent amount of money, right? And then go ahead and diversify. So this is the reason why I like talking a little bit of everything when it comes to this channel. Is I like to go ahead and talk about both bullish and negative scenarios. I like to go ahead and talk about, bull run or bear market, because we need to be aware, guys. Look, last bull run, I used to listen to a lot of these influencers and I got super head slammed, bro. I literally lost everything. A lot of you know this about me. I lost everything, literally had to restart my life all over. Like, this is the grow of my life. Like, John from zero to hopefully to hero, right? My goal is to climb back up at where I was about 2 years ago, 2 years ago, I never really saw any of this coming, I had a whole different perception, vision of myself. I already imagined myself in a huge ass penthouse, enjoying life, trading, and I'm sure a lot of people got wrecked with the whole entire FTX thing as well, right? But I over leveraged myself, lost everything, and it was also because I would listen to a lot of these other influencers. I'm not saying it's your fault, but because they were always giving these illusions of what was not reality. Some would say, oh, Bitcoin's gonna hit 100,000 next week, and like, me being naive and not understanding the market so much, I would just listen to them all the time. And then little did I know, like, they were freaking wrong all the time, and they're just doing it for clicks and views. That's all they cared about, because that's how they got paid. So I was like, yeah, dude, never again am I gonna go ahead and listen to all these freaking hype men, influencers talking about Pepe's gonna hit 10 bucks. Like, bro, that's bullshit, man. That's 100% bullshit. Hey, Ferris, how's it going, bro? Yo, John, what's up, my guy? Hope you're having a great day today or good night. I know it's Friday to many of you, maybe Saturday, maybe even Sunday. So I really do appreciate all of you coming in today. Mia, bro, you're definitely gonna make it again. I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, see, the biggest goal, man, it's not about proving to myself if I could do it, because I already know I could do it, right? So, and I think that was my biggest goal in the beginning of life, was like, can I go ahead and prove to myself that I could really do it? As soon as I got that to my checklist and I lost everything again, I realized that, life is more important than the materialistic shit that you live around and you really try to work for, right? I think the most important thing that my goal moving forward, and that's why I'm not too focused on like the money side as much, is like, yeah, I love to make money. I'm looking to make money every day. And this is what literally this channel is all about. But my main focus is to build a very strong community, build a community with all of you, because I think it's all about having the right people to your side. You can make all the money that you want. You could go ahead and be successful as you want. But if you don't have the right community, like the right group of friends, right group of people, you're not going to go ahead and grow and become a better person. You might actually become a worse person. You know what I mean? And it's all about having the right people in your circle. And it's all about that when in the growing phase, right? In the phase that you're growing, you don't want to go ahead and start getting all these people, dude. People start coming after you when you start doing really good in life, right? Whether you get a new house, a new career, whatever the case is, people start running towards you. But when you're at the bottom, no one even feels free to even like send you a message and ask you how you're doing, right? And that's why my goal this bull run season, or whatever you want to call it, moving forward, I know how to make money, but my biggest goal right here is making money as a team, right? Making money together as a community, because I consider a lot of you as friends. I literally talk to all of you every day. Like straight up, like my group circle of friends are like very, very minimal. I could really count them in my hands. That's how low, like that's how small my circle is, right? Because I like to go ahead and keep myself very, 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 very tight. Because I've noticed that in this world, there's going to be a lot of people that always try to push you down, you know, do not believe in the same thing, you know, try to push negativity towards your way. And I don't have time for that shit. You know, we're in a mission to go ahead and become better traders, become better investors. And this is the reason why this season, because I know the channel is going to be successful, right? But I want to do it with all of you, and the only way I could do it is with all of you. So that's why my goal this year overall, besides making money, because I know that's going to come, is making money together as a team, right? Because I consider all of you friends. I really do. I really do. Ferris says, true. I appreciate you, man. Mia says, definitely well said. The community is the most important actually. Having good people around you is key. 100%, man. 100%. That's why if you kind of notice, like, I've always heard about this, right? Because I've read a lot of books, Tai Lopez, and I know I'm going into the rant, guys. I apologize. I'm going to go ahead and go into the TA and all that. But Fridays or Saturdays are really like low. Like most people don't really tune in. So I want to spend more time with all those that are in here right now at the moment. But I do want to go ahead and say one thing that I've noticed, and a lot of people could go ahead and take this both ways, right? I've noticed that if you actually go back to what, I'm not even sure if this is a good example, right? But if you actually go back to the way, you know, tribes back in the day used to work together, like you had one that would, you know, hunt the food, you'll have one that would go ahead and protect, you would have one, another group cooking, you'll have the other group like working different sides, right, as a tribe, as a community. And that's how they were able to work together, you know what I mean? One would go ahead and protect the community, the other one would go ahead and hunt, the other group would go ahead and cook. I'm sure there was a group of masterminds where they would go ahead and put their brains together and start, you know, finding out solutions, or maybe looking for new places to explore. And I'm sure then they had the explorers as well, right? And if you actually go back to that kind of mindset, they really work together as a team, because the only way to really be successful, in my opinion, you could be successful alone, but I think you're doing a lot more work than you should when you're doing it alone. I've always been kind of like a lone wolf too. I've always been the person to always do shit on my own, always, you know, try to figure shit on my own, and it worked out. But I would say that I think life gets easier when you start to work as a team, right? And you have, especially if you have the right team around you, you have the right, you know, the right people around you, like the people that think the same, maybe have the same goals, maybe have, you know, similarities as, like, let's just say meme coins, right? And now it's better to go ahead and like bounce back ideas back and forth. And this is the reason why I always ask for open discussion from all of you, because it's not about me, right? The only way that the channel could really go ahead and grow and get me to the goal of 10,000 subscribers, because that's my goal, right? And hopefully we could go ahead and hit that in the next 2 months. I know it's kind of stretching it, but I really do believe it's really, really possible to go ahead and hit 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Is one of the biggest things is having the right community, as I mentioned. Me providing value. That's really the only way I would go ahead and be able to grow to that 10,000 subs if I really want to hit it. It's how much value can I go ahead and provide to you, right? Because this world that we live in, it's all about exchanging value to one another. How can I go ahead and show you or teach you something that you might have never learned, and vice versa, right? What can you go ahead and show me, vice versa? And that's what people don't understand. We live in a world of value. Like, what does that person provide me, and what can I go ahead and provide to that person? It's kind of like a service if you look at it, right? It's like you go to the store, you buy water, that store is offering the value of water, and now you're giving them in exchange your currency, whatever it is, maybe ALTCOIN, Pepe, maybe MEXC token, whatever the case is, right? You go ahead and return them that value that they believe or they want to go ahead and get. And I think that's how the world moves, and that's why my biggest goal is providing you as much value. And with what I'm trying to say here is I'm literally learning every day to become, you know, a better investor, better trader, a better content creator, because I know that the only way I will be able to grow the channel and most importantly the community is by providing real value, right? Because that's what I look for every time when I would go ahead and buy into a course or, you know, listen to a seminar, was what can I go ahead and learn that I've never met or knew before, right? And I think this ever since I started like live streaming all this, man, I've met a lot of you, and you guys are very, very smart individuals, and it's quite crazy how we have something so little in common, but how many connections you can really go ahead and make, right? And that's kind of like my little rant today on a Friday or Saturday. Like I mentioned, usually these days are very, very slow, and I just want to go ahead and talk to all those that are currently right now in this live stream, because I think that's the most important, right? To me, that's the most important, at least. That's why a lot of you are like, hey John, like why don't you make a video about, you know, Pepe 2.0, like with this crazy ass title to get more views and get more subs. It's like I could also go ahead and take in sponsorships from a lot of companies that always like literally email me all the time about, you know, shilling their freaking shitcoin. But I'm like, do I really want to go ahead and be the next influencer that just dumps on my community? Because that's literally almost every influencer besides like the traders, you know what I mean? Like besides the influencers that trade Bitcoin and all of that, or Ethereum, or futures trading, they're like the only ones that probably more than likely never dump on their community. The rest of the other influencers dump on their community all the time. You know, the ones that are shilling the meme coins, they're like part of it behind the scenes. You know, they get paid to go ahead and dump on their project. Like for example, right now, and not to go ahead and throw shade on anybody, right? We had, there was a token called Refund, and Your Pop, which I'm sure a lot of you have heard of them. If you've been in this meme coin space for a while, Your Pop, and I think someone else, I'm not going to go ahead and throw names. Like I said, I really don't care, but I'm just giving you an example, right? He ended up talking about this project as well. And one thing that I've noticed is that as soon as certain influencers talk about a meme coin, bro, that's like the time I want to exit the project. Because I've noticed that usually when these influencers, that I'm not going to name all of them, I just mentioned one, the project starts to dump, right? And if you actually go ahead and look at all the plays that they talk about, I'm sure some do make money, and you don't have control when it comes to these meme coins. That's why I'm like very, very selective. I mean, you see me take L's live together on pre-sales when we get rug pull. That's a reality of crypto, right? I always say this, 99% are scams. It's just a matter of when they will pull the rug, not if, it's when. And this token Refund, they literally just pulled the rug, I think today. And I had a fishy feeling, dude, because I was looking at the chart and it was like super, super manipulative, dude. And I was just looking at this. I was just looking at the chart and I was like, dude, I don't know. Like this chart just looks like they're manipulating it to like another extent. Like it just doesn't look good. And they pulled the rug today. And that's why I always say it's not a matter of if they are a scam or if they are thinking of rug pulling, it's when. When are they going to go ahead and do it, right? Is it going to be next week? Is it going to be this week? Is it going to be in a month? Is it going to be in 3 months? Who knows, right? And this is the reason why I always say be very, very careful when it comes to all of this. All of this is a freaking risk, bro, 100%. But one thing that I could tell you, I'm a risk taker, as you could tell, and I'm sure a lot of you are as too, or else you wouldn't be listening to someone like myself, right? I'm sure we're all risk takers. And I think the beauty about being a risk taker is that you're a little bit more open-minded and you're willing to go ahead and take opportunities many people aren't, right? And most of the people that are close-minded doesn't mean they're not going to be successful. It just means they're not going to go ahead and be willing to explore new things in life, right? Or in the space of crypto. Most people that only trade Bitcoin. They don't know shit about, you know, community. They don't know shit about meme coins. They don't know shit about NFTs. They don't know anything about the metaverse. You know what I mean? That's when you're just close-minded, which there's nothing wrong with it, right? But I think when you explore different areas in the world, especially when it comes to crypto, there's a lot of areas you can learn, right? And that's why I always talk about different seasons in crypto. There's a season to trade Bitcoin. There's a season to trade meme coins. There's a season to do altcoins, DeFi. There's a season for everything, but people don't understand this, right? And that's the beauty of it. Once you have an open mind and you're a little bit more of a risk taker, you're willing to go ahead and open your eyes and understand how things work around you, right? And I think that's the biggest value that you have as a person, right? It's being able to look for opportunities that many are not willing to go ahead and even take. But let me go ahead and read these questions before I go further into the rant. Ryan says, it's all about community, 100%. Mia, thank you. I appreciate you. Mia says, that's exactly what I've been searching for. To be honest, I'm 31 years old. I've learned most things I know on my own. Learned that a good community gets you the most and not only materialistic. 100%, man. 100%, 100%. Like I learned a lot through mostly on my own, but most importantly, I learned a lot through like mentors. So early on at an early age, like I started reading, well, not that early, 16, 17 is not that early, right? But at 16, 17, I started reading a lot of books. And because I always ask the questions like, dude, how does this person afford this like BMW or this nice freaking mansion? Like I want to do it, right? Why can't I do it? You know, and I was always that kind of person where I went really deep into like learning, you know, early on, because I was always fascinated by this like financial freedom, right? At 16. And I always read a lot of these books. I invested a lot into my knowledge. I invested hundreds of thousands of dollars into, you know, seminars, freaking, courses, books. Like literally I have a whole bunch of books. Like even till this day I have audiobooks right now that I listen to. Right now I just finished one recently, which I do suggest all of you, if I think books are one of the best ways to go ahead and learn, right? It's to each its own, but to me personally, I feel like books have changed my life. Like right now, one of the best books that I really like and I recommend is The Power of the Subconscious Mind. That's a really good one. I use Audible too. And right now, the one that I last read was Trading in the Zone, which is about like controlling your emotions when it comes to being a trader and how the psychology of the market works. So I've read a couple trading books and they're almost about the same, right? And what I'm trying to tell you here is that I've read a lot of books, right? And the reason why I do that is to go ahead and look for the secret of what really it is to become successful. And to go ahead and keep it very simple, after spending a lot of money and doing all of this, you know, reading, you know, getting mentors. I got a few courses from Ty Lopez. He's like one of my favorite ones. I was lucky to go ahead and get a mentor early on at like the age of 18, who kind of guided me like all throughout life until still till this day. Like I'm pretty close friends with him now, right? And I always surrounded myself with people that were a lot older than me and a lot more knowledgeable than me. Why? Because I wanted to become better. I'm like, how can I go ahead and become better? How can I go ahead and learn from what they did, good and bad, right? And I think that's the most thing that a lot of people are not willing to do, is ask questions. And when you start to go ahead and ask questions, you get to go ahead and reveal a lot of things that you're now learning, right? And that's why I enjoy TA. People are like, dude, TA is bullshit. It's like, dude, you could go ahead and understand where things are going to be going moving forward if you go ahead and take a look at TA, right? It's very, very simple, but it's really not. And it really takes more of like, it's more of a like a psychology thing, like more of a head thing. And that's what most people are not willing to do, right? So for me personally, I learned a lot. I'm like been the person that I've learned through trial and error, like by a lot. Early on, I've, you know, opened multiple businesses, did really well, then they failed. You know, you have to worry about trends, maybe the product not selling. I used to resell clothes, by the way, like Supreme and all those kind of stuff. I used to resell a lot of those items, and I had multiple businesses right there at 16. That's when I learned that I was like, dude, I don't want to be working for someone for the rest of my life, right? My goal is to go ahead and make money online. And that's why I enjoy the beauty of trading, right? Trading is a skill for sure. But it's also understanding when you're right and wrong. And that's why for me, trading, I think, is one of the best businesses. And you have to go ahead and take trading or investing as a business. Hey, what's up, Tim? How's it going, bro? Hope you're having a great day today. Hope you're having a great day. Happy Friday, bro. I'm assuming you're probably at your lunch right now or whatever the case is. Let me go ahead and send this message because I have a friend blowing up my line. But what I was saying pretty much is... Hold on, give me 1 second. All right, anyway, sorry about that. So what I was saying is that I think the problem when it comes to trading overall in this whole entire space of cryptocurrency is that most people don't take this serious, and that's the problem. You need to take this serious. Like, a lot of people think that you just go ahead and get lucky, you go ahead and throw money into a project and you hit it, and many people will do it, and I'm sure many of you will go ahead and do it that way, right? But when it comes to trading, investing, whatever the case is, learning more about how to read a smart contract, how to look into a company, how to understand if their technology is good or not, how to understand trends, people think it's just like something where you just buy into a project, cross your fingers, get lucky, and then make sure they don't rug pull. And that's a complete wrong mindset you want to go when it comes to all of this, right? When it comes to trading, when it comes to investing, you have to go into the mindset of this is the cost of doing business, right? If your trade's not going your way and you lose about 100 to 200 bucks, that's the cost of you doing business, right? Look at it as the same way as if you were selling a product or a service, right? If you were selling a car, let's say, or a house, yeah, you're working towards commission, but as well, if you don't close a deal, not only are you going to lose your time because you weren't able to close a deal, but you're probably also going to go ahead and lose money during that deal, right? And it's that, and what you learn from that is a mistake. You're like, okay, I did this mistake last time with this buyer or seller. Let's not go ahead and duplicate that one more time. Or maybe I bought this product, let's say windshields, or let's say a soccer ball, let's say, for example, and you try selling a soccer ball drop shipping, right? And you're like, snap, I thought it was going to be more profitable. I guess it's not as profitable. You're not going to go ahead and resell the same thing, right? You're going to go ahead and say, okay, soccer ball, I tried. Profit margins weren't too good. Let me go ahead and not do that again. And you go ahead and take your L and move forward. And I think the problem here is what I've noticed in the communities of crypto is that most people are just straight gambling, bro. You're not even going in with like a goal of like, my goal is to become a better trader every day. My goal is to become a better investor every day, right? How can I go ahead and learn how to read charts? How can I go ahead and learn how to read support and resistance, right? And that's what a lot of people are not willing to do. And this is the problem with the whole entire space of crypto, is that a lot of people don't take it serious because there's very, very few people that understand any of what we talk about. You could go ahead and have a conversation with someone about inflation and they don't even freaking know what inflation is. They don't even know how to. They don't even know how. They don't even know how inflation even works. They're like, John, how do you know that? I'm like, dude, I'm giving you the ways. Now, if you don't believe me, then I don't know what to tell you. You're kind of lost at this point. But what I'm trying to say is that in order to become better at what you do, you need to go ahead and do it through trial and error, right? If I want to become a better content creator, I have to show up every freaking day. Every freaking day, and then eventually I'll become better, right? Same thing with trading. If I want to become a better trader, I have to learn from people that are better than me, right? A person that I really enjoy watching their content a lot is Natoshi. She's a way better trader than me, 100 freaking percent, dude, 100%. I watch her content probably almost every day. As you can see, I try to watch her content every time she posts a new video. Why? Because I understand I'm not the best technical analyst. Like, she knows more than me. You know, the Fibonacci retracement is something that I'm learning. You know, I'm not the best trader, bro. And I think that's the problem that there is with this whole entire space, is that people are not willing to accept when they're wrong, or accept that, you know what, maybe I'm not a good trader. Let me go ahead and improve myself. And what do you do to improve yourself? You show up every day, whether the market's up, whether the market's down, you put in the work, right? This is not like a hobby where you're going to get rich quick. You know, can you get rich quick? Yes, 100%. But that's the problem with this space. People have the mentality of getting rich quick, that they're willing to go ahead and over leverage themselves. And I'm talking from my personal experience, because I've been that way, and I've been that way for the last couple months until I'm changing my mindset, because I'm human, right? The goal is to become better every day. It's not about being right all the time. If I talk about a video and I think something's going to happen and it doesn't go my way, I'm going to be the first to be like, hey guys, you know what? I effed up. I guess it wasn't the case. Now let me go ahead and learn from my mistake, right? And people during the bear market, there's very few, and this is the reason why I'm telling all of you, right? Very few of you, the ones that are watching right now on a Friday, on a Saturday, which I understand people have lives, right? You that are putting in the work right now, whether it's a Saturday night for you or a Friday night where you could be, you know, out having fun, partying, getting freaking wasted, or whatever the case is, spending money on random shit, you're going to be the one successful, because you're the one focusing on your goal right now. And that's what a lot of people are not willing to go ahead and do. They want the quick stuff. They want the quick money. They want the quick results. They don't want to put in the work during the bear market. This is the reason why you and I are going to become very, very successful during the next bull run. Why? Because we are preparing ourselves. We're understanding what's going on in the market. We're not waiting for the damn SEC to come up with the freaking ETF, or whatever the case is, or if XRP wins his lawsuit. I think XRP won a lawsuit. We're not waiting for those news. We know what's coming, right? And we're just putting our heads down, becoming better every day as a trader, as an investor, as a human being overall. Better husband, better wife, better son, better brother, whatever the case is, right? The goal is to become better every day. It's not to be right. It's to accept when you're wrong to become a better person, right? So it's understanding when to cut losses, understanding when a project is going to die, understanding when a trade's not going your way. It's okay that you lost money. Don't be too hard on yourself. I've been there, done that. You know what I mean? When you take a trade, you're like, fuck, dude, I just freaking lost all this money. And now you're kind of like depressed and you're kind of sad. And you're like, damn, dude, I should have never bought that money into it. And then you pull out and it pumps, right? It's like we all been through that, right? Don't be too hard on yourself. And I'm telling you that because I've been there, done that. You know what I mean? Everything I'm telling you, I'm sure a lot of you could relate, especially if you've been in this market of crypto for a while. You could totally understand where I'm coming from. You understand me. You know what it feels like having these emotions where you're crossing your fingers, hoping that the day comes where you just wake up to your portfolio shooting up to a couple million. So you can go ahead and live that financial freedom, buy that house, buy that car, buy your wife a bigger ring, maybe retire your kids, whatever the case is, right? We all have different goals, but we have a very, very, very similar object that we're going towards, right? And it's becoming wealthy, I guess, if that's the goal, or more knowledgeable, right? Because knowledge is wealth. Knowledge is wealth, right? If you know something, you could go ahead and lose everything, but as long as you have the knowledge, you could always become successful, right? You could go ahead and have a business, fail from your business, but because now you have that knowledge, you could go ahead and start another business and actually be more successful. So knowledge is wealth, in my opinion. And this is what I'm trying to say to all of us, right? Our goal right now is to put our heads down, work during this time, becoming better on everything that we do. And trust me, the time will come. But also, we need to understand not to be delusional, right? It's to go ahead and be level-headed and stay neutral when it comes to a lot of these things. And make money both sides, right? Make money on right. Maybe it might be a time to go ahead and invest in Pepe coin inu. It doesn't matter about the name, man. If it's going to make us money ethically, let's go ahead and buy Pepe inu. You know what I mean? And that's what we really need to go ahead and focus on. I think that's the biggest goal we should all focus on. And that's the only that's the difference it's going to make between everybody that's going to be hopping into the train of crypto the next bull run. Trust me on that one. Trust me on that one. I don't know when the bull run's going to start. I'm saying a year to a year and a half, which a lot of other influencers won't tell you that shit. They're going to be like, hey guys, bull run's next week. Why? Because they get more clicks. Can I be doing that? Yes. But guess what? I'll be lying not only to you, but I'll be lying to myself. Because one thing that I understand is, you know how I told you about that book, The Power of the Subconscious Mind? So whenever I'm going live, whatever I'm saying, I'm also programming myself subconsciously, right? So if I tell you a lie onto a project, not only am I lying to you, but I'm lying to myself. And I think that's worse, lying to yourself, right? When you start lying to yourself about something, you start to really believe it. And if it's not a good lie, dude, you're going to be making the worst mistakes ever. And I'm telling you through experience. There's been times where my head would tell me, hey, bro, pull out your money out of the project. It looks like a scam. It's giving you signs of a scam. And my other head will tell me, oh no, dude, it's good. You're gonna make millions. Like, listen to that influencer. He said it's going to the moon. Yes, moon. And your other head's like, bro, come on, you know that's not true. Come on, you have the time to take your profits, make up your mind, and then next thing you know, you lose everything, rug pull. And then you're in the back of your head's like, I freaking told you so, bro. Wake up. And now you go into this whole entire phase of depression. You're sad. You're like, oh, dude, I'm a freaking loser when it comes to trading. I'm telling you that based on experience, right? I'm telling you from myself. I'm not telling you any of that. And I hope none of you go through that, because this is the freaking worst shit ever, dude. It's a freaking worst shit ever when you think you're a freaking genius and then you take that first big L and then you're just like, dude, I'm a freaking loser because I thought I understood this, right? But this is the part of the psychology of the game of trading, right? And the world of business as well. But yeah, that's a quick little rant right there. Let me go ahead and read the comments real quick, and then we're gonna go ahead and talk about freaking TA, bro. I go too deep into this shit. I go way too deep into this. Mia says 110,000%. That's the way I found that improve. It's a general rule in life, to be honest. Arrogance is what gets 90% of the people to stop growing, from my perspective. I agree with you 100%. As soon as I started to get some success in my life, I stopped learning because I thought I was better than anybody. And as I thought I was better than everybody, my ego got even bigger. And as my ego got even bigger, I stopped listening to people that were that had more experience and were more knowledgeable than me. And guess what? I lost everything. Looking back to that day, I thought they were, you know, being dicks to me, or they didn't want to see me succeed. But in reality, they had more experience under me, right? And looking back, if I look back, I'm like, damn, dude, if I would have listened to the people that I had around me, I would have been good right now in life. Like, I would have freaking been chilling. But then I don't change any of that, you know what I mean? Because I'm glad the person I've become through that experience that I went through. I would never want to go through that again. Trust me. Heck no. Heck no, dude. That's probably like the worst thing I've ever been through in my life personally. And a thing I would never want to go through a lot again. You know, obtaining something, losing everything, and restarting your life all over, right? So like, to me, like, that shit hit me hard, bro. That shit hit me hard because I was working through success since I was 16. You know, since I was little, man, I've always been an entrepreneur, you know, selling candy around my block since I was like 3 or 5. You know, I've always had that spirit in me, right? And I feel like as soon as I achieved my goal and I ended up like becoming too arrogant and too, my ego grew too big and I lost everything, dude, that shit broke me down. And I'm sure a lot of you could go ahead and relate, right? If you're an entrepreneur, if you're like a high performance person, you know, if you like all about like, you know, being quick, like a salesperson, whatever the case is, it's like, if you're killing it, crushing it, hitting your quota every freaking month for like 2 years straight, and in 1 month you just don't hit your quota, now you're like, fuck, dude, I'm a freaking loser. I didn't hit my quota that month, right? And I'm sure a lot of you could go ahead and relate, because I've been in situations like that where I'm like, I'm killing it, hitting my quota on my sales jobs, and in 1 month I'm like, fuck, dude, I can't believe I missed it. And yeah, this shit pisses me off, bro. But I'm losing track of what I'm trying to say at this point. Honestly, like, I'm going in too deeply that I'm just like, dude, I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. Mia says, you have to be able to admit that there are people better than you. Try it and learn from them. 100%. Mia says, I'm spending into any whitelist registration until I drop one of them. I will finally hit hard. 100%. Edward, sub. Hope all good. Tried Wall Street Memes Casino. It was pretty good. Hey, what's up, Edward? How's it going, bro? You tried the casino on Wall Street Memes? Dude, I want to try that. I do want to go ahead and say, though, if we try the Wall Street Casino, by the way, always go ahead and follow your regulations and rules. I think that's one of the most important things to go ahead and do. Wink, wink. Always follow your rules, right? Whatever the case is. Mia says, you're a warrior, John. Respect. I really appreciate you. Really do. You know, my goal here is to not only prove to myself that I could go ahead and do it, but to also go ahead and change the game of crypto, bro. I think there's so much freaking bullshit here, and I'm sure a lot of you could go ahead and agree, right? You guys see it all the freaking time. Oh, this person called this person out. Now his feelings are hurt and he's crying. It's like, dude, like, what the heck is going on? Like crypto's full of freaking, like, oh my god, like, you're snowflakes. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna keep it, try to PG, right? Crypto's full of snowflakes, bro. Like, what the heck is going on, man? Like, we really need a figure in crypto that's gonna be like, hey guys, like, really be the leader of crypto. I don't think we have a leader in crypto yet, at least in my opinion. I could be wrong, but I don't think there's that one leader that we could go ahead and look up to in crypto and be like, dude, this is what we should be pushing for, right? Hey, Cannon Craft Chronicles, how's it going? John, what's going on, brother? Have heard a couple of videos. When I did that, you're talking about keeping the good work, bro. Love. I appreciate you, man. I really do appreciate you. I've never seen you, you know, comment down below unless I've missed it or you changed your name, but I really do appreciate you for the comment. As I mentioned, whether it's a Friday or Saturday, it really truly does mean a lot having you here. And my goal is to go ahead and build this, guys. My goal here, chat, is to build the community that we have right now, right? Whether it's 10 people, whether it's 11 people, whether it's 20, whether it's 5, whether it's 4, it doesn't matter to me. You know, my goal is to really go ahead and grow that community. And as we could go ahead and grow that community, we could go ahead and grow and become better, right? The thing I like to go ahead and say, and I'm going to go ahead and stop with this rant because I could go on forever, dude. Like, I think too much about this shit, and I could go on. I could probably almost write a book about all this shit. But what I'm trying to say is what's going on in the world, and I'm going to try to keep it non-political too much. There's a lot of bullshit going on in the world, right? And the only people that we have, it's only you and I. That's in reality all we have. And what these other forces are trying to do is that they're trying to go ahead and keep us separated, you know, whether it's religion, whether it's color, whether it's, you know, whatever believe in. If you believe the freaking sky is purple, then, you know, everybody has these differences, right? And these entities would rather have you and I fighting against each other than getting along. Why? Because if we fight against each other, there's really nothing that we could go ahead and do, right? But if we all come united, regardless of your skin color, your religion, whatever you believe in, whatever you identify as, bro. If you identify as a freaking rock, I don't care. I think the biggest thing that we should all go ahead and really acknowledge is respect, right? I think that's one of the biggest things we should all focus in, is respect for one another, and most importantly, respect for ourselves, right? I think that's what most people should be paying attention to, respect. Most people are going through this whole entire cycle of like looking at what he says, she said, they said, they said this is better, they said, this religion's better, vice versa, whatever the case is, right? And everything's being caused. Like, what is going on right now? War is going on. Do we really need to go ahead and have that happen? No. I'm sure there's multiple ways to go ahead and figure that thing out, but that's the way they're turning into, right? Violence. And what's going on right now with everything that's going on in the world is the division. As long as there's a division, the entities could go ahead and do whatever they want. The thing is right here, and you have to listen to this very, very carefully. When people come united, regardless of what all I mentioned, color, whatever you identify as, religion, it doesn't matter, right? Age group, male or female, whatever. One of the biggest things is when all of us come united, we can literally do anything together. Take, for example, AMC and GameStop. What happened? People came united because they believed in this short squeeze altogether. People from different areas in the world came united, bought into the stock, pushed the stock, pretty much almost bankrupt all the institutions and actually the whole entire US. If they would have allowed the short squeeze to happen as it did, the economy would have collapsed a lot quicker. Global economy. But because as they're part of the game, they control the markets, they didn't allow that to happen, right? But what I'm trying to tell you here is that as long as we're united, regardless of these differences that we have, and it's okay to be different, all right? I want to tell you that. It's okay to be freaking different, bro. Opinions are good. Opinions are opinions. And I think the problem is in this world that people no longer can take opinions, right? They can't take criticism. They can't take any of that, right? They're too sensitive. And if we all come united to what we truly believe in, we're unstoppable. And this is what I'm trying to say right now. It's that take a look at the example with AMC and GameStop. Everybody came united, almost overthrew the banks, almost collapsed, but obviously they have the control, so they kind of pulled the rug on us. But we still came united, right? And I think that was one of the biggest things, in my opinion, that I was like, dude, this is freaking cool. Like, people actually come united into a belief that they want to go ahead and push, right? And the thing right now with the world is division. That's all I'm going to say, just division. It's really what the problem is. And this is the reason why I always say, we should be supporting each other. At the end of the day, it's just you and I. That's really what it is. It's just you and I. That's all we have. Because we are at least, humans, I would say. But I don't know about the rest of the people in the world. Meaning the higher ups, right? The ones that cause the wars, the banks, they're doing all this for money, bro. It's actually quite sad, in my opinion. And this is the reason why I always tell you, the economy is going to get worse. Inflation is going to get worse. It's going to be a very tough time. Trust me, a lot of people are going to lose their houses, their cars. It's going to be really, really bad. It's going to be really, really bad before things get better and look good. But what I'm trying to say here overall, besides all that negativity that I just kind of said, the difference between you and I, meaning like us and the other people that are not aware of cryptocurrencies and these opportunities, is that while everything's coming down, people are losing their houses, their jobs, whatever the case is, inflation's going through the roof, you and us, we're going to be making a boatload of money. Why? Because we position ourselves for this opportunity. So the biggest goal is, I would say, if you really care about someone, go ahead and let them know what's going on. I think there's a lot of people walking around like this with blinds in their eyes, and it's actually quite sad. It's actually quite sad, you know what I mean? Tim says, young entrepreneur live, wag me. Tim says, got to go, get back to work. Have an awesome Friday, my man. Keep doing what you're doing you. I appreciate you, Tim. Hope you have a wonderful day, bro. Keep your head up, and I hope you kill it today at work. I'm assuming you probably do something in sales, right, man? Hope you have a good one. Take care. Tim says, same here, bro. Used to sell candy and soda as a kid. Created an unofficial business doing yard work and chores for neighbors to get money to buy RC cars and build nice setups to go to race. That's nice, man. I like the entrepreneur spirit. You know, you're in control of your future and your destiny. Keep that in mind. You're in control of your future and destiny. Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise, right? And what I'm trying to say overall is that as the world is crashing down, and I'm actually going to go ahead and do this visually because I'm a visual person, and I don't want to say that this is the proof that I have, but I do want to go ahead and say that this is an indicator that we have, and we're lucky to have this indicator, and we're lucky to kind of have our minds open to this, right? Because this is the scenario that I believe is going to happen, and I've kind of talked about it, you know, in the past. Over and over again, and people are like, hey John, like, how do you know it's gonna get worse? Hey John, like, how do you know this is gonna happen? Hey John, like, how? And I'm like, because I look at this data right here. It's really simple, and it's called the DXY, the dollar index, right? And a lot of people are like, dude, I don't even live in the US, like, I don't care about it. And I'm like, I completely understand, right? A lot of you don't live in the US that watch my content. There's a decent percentage of people that do live in the US that watch my content, but overall most people are all over the world, and I love that. You know, what people don't understand is that the US is heavily influenced in this whole entire global freaking war that goes on, right? Everybody's in bed with each other, and they're like freaking loaning each other money, and this is the reason why the shit that goes on in the world goes on, right? Because it's all about freaking money, bro. So they're willing to do whatever it takes, willing to do anything in their hands to go ahead and push these markets to new all-time highs, right? So they don't care, these banks, these institutions, which I think is the Federal Reserve that's really causing all of this. You could call me crazy, but the Federal Reserves are the ones who fund the freaking wars, bro. Like, who prints the money? Do you think the money just comes out of freaking money, like out of the trees? It just falls out, and you know, now we have money? Almost it does, right? Because all they have to do is just put on the printer and send billions of dollars everywhere. Now we have all these wars being created, right? For whatever freaking reason, bro. Maybe because of a dislike or a disbelief in something, right? I don't even know. I really don't understand what goes on there. But what I do understand is that if we actually go ahead and take a look at the DXY, bro, we could actually go ahead and get a lot of information on what has happened in the past, right? Around here, around the 1800s, we had the Black Monday bank crisis, and we actually saw the DXY go as high as $162 and then had a major crash, right? And what does this mean during these crashes? Well, let me go ahead and keep it very simple, right? You could go ahead and make money both ways. You can make money as the market is going through the roof on inflation, and you could also make money on the way down, right? And you're like, hey John, how do we do that, and how does it correlate to crypto, right? Well, check this out. Right here around the early 2000s, we had the dot-com bubble, and we actually saw the DXY topped off at $117 before the crash came in and really dumped everything down, right? And what does it mean when the economy crashes, when we have something going on like that in that sense, right? What does it mean? Well, it means that more inflation is going to come through the roof. Everything's going to get really expensive. People start to lose their houses, start to lose their vehicles, start to lose their careers or jobs, whatever the case is, right? And I've been saying this for months. And right now, the DXY is actually at 106. So we're actually not that far away from the areas of when the dot-com bubble actually happened. We're actually about 19% away, which is not that far away. I don't think this is going to be the area of resistance. But before I get off topic and we talk about what's currently going on in the world, we're going to go ahead and talk about the dot-com bubble, right? Because during the dot-com bubble, a lot of people made money as the whole entire new wave came out, right? As soon as the wave topped off, people started losing everything. They lost their houses, lost everything, over leveraged themselves. Companies shut down, a lot of things, right? Because that was a new hype back in the 2000s. You know, we had a lot of market crashes around that time. And we're talking about the U.S. markets because the U.S. markets does have a lot of effect to a lot of countries, and some countries do them a lot quicker, right? But unfortunately right now, because the cryptocurrencies are so reliant on how the U.S. markets move, it's really correlated to what happens, right? So I'm going to go ahead and give you the overall perspective of everything of this. Say the United States of crypto. USC, dude. I never thought about that, man. United States of crypto, bro. Dude, dude, you got me tripping out now, bro. I never thought about that. That makes freaking sense, bro. I'm freaking mind blown right now. Like, I'm almost like, dude, that makes sense. That freaking makes sense. Dude, I almost got shivers right now. I almost got chills just thinking of like what you just said. United States of crypto, USC, bro. That is freaking insane, man. Anyways, before I go into that rant now, .com bubble, right? A lot of people made money during this wave. A lot of people were making a lot of money. You know, people started new careers, probably got really new promotions. People got new houses, new boats, freaking RVs, yachts, whatever the case is, jewelry, fancy vehicles, Lamborghinis, Bentleys, whatever you want to call it, right? People made a boatload of money during the .com bubble. But then as soon as that thing crashed, all those people that were not hedged correctly and were over leveraged, they lost everything, right? So what happened during this era right here? Well, during this era, not only did we see a lot of people, you know, trying to get back up and grind, you know, they just weren't able to afford the regular things they were once able to afford when they were up here in this lifestyle. But the people that were able to go ahead and afford during this lifestyle right here were the people that were preparing themselves. The people that already were well off, right? The people that already had money to throw money into this. Or maybe they just happened to go ahead and time the market accidentally at the right time. Let's just give them that, right? Well, if they entered around this area right here at the lows, when they bought, you know, a lot of items at their lowest, they started thriving around this time right here, around the early 2000, like 15, 17, all the way up leading to COVID, right? To the pandemic that we had going on. And a lot of people also made money there, right? A lot of people made money, a lot of people lost money. I'm sure a lot of you probably made money, right? Because that was during the time that cryptos, the stock market was getting freaking pumped through the roof, bro. Like, money was literally being made left to right. Like, I remember like the amount of money that was being made. It was freaking fun. I enjoyed it, had a lot of fun. But I also told a lot of people, I was like, hey, you know, whatever the government's doing right now, throwing all this money out in the air, we're going to have to pay it somehow. And nobody cared about it. Nobody cared about it. You know, everybody was enjoying buying fancy watches, jewelry, cars, big houses, you know, overspending, doing things they never did because they got a lot of benefits through all these programs that they had, right? And what happened when all of that happened? Well, people were just spending a lot of things, and now we got to a point where supply was very low. You know, they started to have to upcharge on everything. You know, cars were expensive, housing was expensive, everything was expensive because everybody had money. And now we're in a point where everybody's kind of dying out of money because it's drying up. People just don't have the same money that they had last couple years. Why? Because we also have inflation going through the roof. And as we can see, we're seeing inflation going through the roof right now. So what does that mean? That means that we will be approaching this level of the 118, which was the previous .com bubble. I don't think we're going to crash here in the DXY. I think the DXY is actually going to push, in my opinion. I think it might go ahead and push all the way up to the 150 area. I don't know why. I just have a feeling that we're going to go ahead and hit the 150. And hopefully that's not the case, right? Because that means there's going to be a lot of freaking pain in the streets. That means more wars, higher inflation, higher cost of living, higher cost of everything, right? So they're going to go ahead and try to milk everybody out of every freaking cent that they can and try to squeeze everything they can into the market, right? Meaning they're going to go ahead and push this to the highest extent that they can, to the point where maybe we reach these levels like we did back in Black Monday, the bank crisis, which was back in the 1800s, right? And this is all going through data, man. This is not John making this shit up. This is me going through data, looking at what happened in the past and identifying, is there any of these identical paths that we could go ahead and take a look at and ask ourselves, is this a possibility that this could happen? Because if you actually go ahead and see this on the DXY, this is back like in the 1600s, I believe. We see that we were in some sort of like uptrend right here, I guess, right? Or actually downtrend, all the way since we reached all the way right here in the Black Monday event. Right here, it looks like we're in a freaking uptrend, bro. Like, this is not freaking good. We're just seeing inflation rising up as time goes on. So who knows how high this could really be pushed. Maybe we make new all-time highs from the DXY, and that's going to be freaking bad. That's going to be freaking bad. It means there's going to be a lot of money to be made, but it's not going to look good if we top around these areas, right? But as they say, the higher we go, the bigger we fall, right? So what I'm trying to say is that if the DXY, which I don't think it's going to be the 120, if we do go ahead and bounce this, I think we might push the 150. And the reason why this is bullish is because right now, because there's pain in the streets, right? This is a time to focus, double down, become better, improve your skills, make more money, and go into crypto, right? Because as we go ahead and approach this level, I think we're going to break through the level of resistance at the 120, and the DXY is going to go through it because we're seeing signs of an uptrend, dude. This is not even funny. Like it really isn't. Like, it's actually quite scary if you really pay attention to this and look at this and identify this. But let's just say, for example, that, you know, the DXY being at 120 is the top, right? Well, you're like, hey, John, why does that matter and what does that mean? Well, let me go ahead and keep it simple. I could have probably, you know, spent less time, but I wanted to go ahead and explain this to you because this is very, very important. And listen to this very, very carefully, right? If you're thinking of leaving the stream right now, go ahead and stay in for another minute because what I'm going to tell you right now, it's freaking mind-blowing. So identifying this right now on the DXY, if we do go ahead and say the top is 120, what we need is we need the DXY to go down. When the DXY goes down, that means that cryptocurrencies are going to go up. So we actually need to go ahead and see the market kind of crash in order for cryptocurrencies to thrive. So what we're trying to see and what we need to see is we need the US market to finally collapse and be like, you know what? Okay, we are officially in a recession. They haven't said it yet. They're kind of hinting. But you and I, we've been in a recession globally for the past couple years already, right? Since this whole entire pandemic happened, that's why they inflated the world. They inflated the world to go ahead and have a reason to inflate in order for this whole entire global economy not to collapse, right? And if the DXY does reach these levels, and let's say it does get rejected, maybe it doesn't hit the 150. I hope it doesn't, because if it does, dude, that's going to be a lot of freaking pain in the street, a lot of literally blood in the street. And we're seeing that right now with wars, right? If we need, they're going to push whatever, they're going to do whatever it takes to inflate until we could no longer take it. And then we have the global debt bubble pop. And then there goes the economy globally, right? Global economy. Some other countries are going to get affected even more. But overall, what I'm saying is that as soon as the DXY continues to go down, which just so happens to be around possibly either the year of 2024, maybe 2025, who knows? As I said, the bull market, I think, in my opinion, is going to be within a year and a half. As we go ahead and come down because the dollar is crashing, which we need to go ahead and see, and obviously if the dollar crashes, a lot of these other countries kind of depend on the dollar, unfortunately. The U.S. currency, the U.S. dollar has been seen as like a global powerful currency for whatever reason. Honestly, I don't know, but it's been seen that way, right? And I think that's going to change during this next crash. And this is the reason why cryptocurrencies, in my opinion, are very, very important. As soon as we start to see the DXY dump down and people are panicking because the economy is looking super, super bad at this point right here, you and I are going to be making a lot of money. Why? Because we prepared ourselves during this time right here in the market to go ahead and thrive. So when this tipping point came and it started to collapse, we start to thrive because we understood what was going on with the market. So right now, currently, we don't know what's going to happen. Maybe the dollar hits, you know, the 120 and then it tanks. And if it tanks, that's going to be a good time. But what I think realistically what's going to happen is I think the DXY is probably going to go ahead and approach the 118, then collapse, and then, you know, try to find a new area of support. And I think that's where we could actually be hitting the 150 and above, which means more inflation, economy globally is going to be worse, but this is going to be the time for us to go ahead and buy the final dips before this thing coming down, because it has to come down. We just don't know when. Maybe it comes down in a year, maybe it comes out in 6 months. I don't know. I'm giving it a 2-year time period. I don't think they could really inflate this market for too long. I mean, even if we go back from over here, we see that they inflated the market from 95 leading all the way up to 04. So 95, 96, 95, 96, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait. 5, 6, 7, 8. Dude, I'm doing all my math wrong, but I think it's like 10 years or less. Let's say probably 8 years. So that's what's going to go on with the DXY, right? But enough with the DXY. We were supposed to talk about freaking Pepe 2.0 crashing, dude. I never even did some TA. We're already an hour deep into the stream. And we're going to go ahead and talk about the DXY, right? Pepe 2.0. So We're going to go ahead and talk about some Pepe 2.0. I'm even thinking of even changing the title of the stream, bro, because I was supposed to talk about Pepe 2.0 and I completely got carried away. But anyways, let's go ahead and talk about Pepe 2.0 right now at the moment, right? So talking about Pepe 2.0, enough with this whole entire economy thing of what's going on. Let's go ahead and talk about Pepe 2.0 real quick. I apologize for that, for going a little bit sidetracked. But let's go ahead and talk about Pepe 2.0, right? Crypto. I want to do some TA on this before I forget, because this is actually very, very important. We are at a very critical area that we need to focus on as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at Pepe 2.0 and comment down below what your thoughts are. Do you think that the DXY is going to go up higher? Do you think we could be expecting the economy to get worse before it gets better? Remember, keep in mind, we need to go ahead and see the economy finally crash down. So it just depends on the kind of point of view that you see in life. If the economy comes down, that means that we will start to go ahead and see the prices of food, housing, cars come down, which a lot of people that are not prepared are going to be affected. But like the people like you and I, because we understand what's going on in the world, we're going to go ahead and thrive. And this is when the bull run begins. You know, when everybody's kind of to the point where they're losing all their money, this is where the opportunities come in. But it's all about, you know, being prepared and preparing yourself for the opportunity, right? So let's go ahead and talk about Pepe 2.0. So Pepe 2.0 has been crashing, man. This is the reason why I made that freaking title. So we're at a very critical area. You know, yesterday out of nowhere, we just freaking pumped around right here. I got wrecked a few times around this area, and then eventually I had another little trade right here, and it pumped, bro. So I was like, damn, this is going to be looking good. We're probably going to go ahead and break above this new area of resistance. So this area of resistance that we're at right now is like the 1400 area, so which is around like the 1490 or 1475 is a strong area of resistance. And yesterday, depending on the time zone that you're in, right, either yesterday morning or yesterday night, afternoon, I actually saw this freaking pump happen, right? And we were here consolidating for a while. Since earlier we were consolidating, not looking good, and then out of nowhere, dump. And this is the reason why I made the video. I was like, dude, I'm not sure where this is gonna go. This is not a good sign. You know, Pepe 2.0 breaking down at this area, it's not a good thing, right? Let's be realistic, let's be honest. I do have a position right now on Pepe 2.0. Dude, I was almost literally freaking out, like just looking at my trade, and I'm like, damn, dude, I hope I don't get liquidated. This is not looking too good on my end. And this is the reason why we always talk about only investing where we're willing to lose, right? Because anything could go south, it could go the opposite. And I currently am trading right now live. As you can see my position, I'm down about 40%. I'm down about $135, which is actually not bad. I was actually down like $300 before I started streaming. So I'm glad right now that I'm looking at the market slowly pick up. But that doesn't mean that we're done yet, right? We need to go ahead and focus at this area of resistance. In order for us to go ahead and confirm that we are going to be back in an uptrend, we need to go ahead and focus at this area right here, which is the 1297 area. And we're actually approaching that area right now. So we do see that we have tested it. We are getting ready to break to the upside. And this is where the bearish scenario comes in. I guess my clickbaited title, right? Because I am in this position. So if it goes good, then hopefully you could go ahead and jump into a position, not financial advice, and make some money on this trade too, right? But if this goes the opposite way, which could also be really, really freaking bad, at least for me, because I will go ahead and get liquidated. If we don't go ahead and break above this soon in the next 2 hours, I would say, and at least break above this and try to continue back up, and we just get rejected right here, that means we're going to go down even lower. And we might go ahead and go down to the 1118 area, which would be from this current high that we're in right now down to the low, which is not that bad, right? It's about a 13% drop. Doesn't seem that bad. But if you're using leverage, it's pretty terrible. So we definitely do not want to go ahead and see us, you know, fall below this area. So it looks like we actually broke through it. So I wouldn't go ahead and count it safely that we are now back in an uptrend. But usually when you break resistance, it becomes our new area of support, right? And then support becomes resistance, meaning because this was an area that we're struggling in, and I wouldn't go ahead and confirm this 100% yet until we actually go ahead and close above it, then we could go ahead and say safely that it's actually looking pretty bullish, right? It doesn't mean that we can go ahead and pump and then dump all the way one more time, because that's usually what happens in the market, fake outs. In order for Pepe 2.0 to continue to be bullish, we need to go ahead and see it close and be above at least this area of the 13 area, right? Because it looks like their area of resistance was Oh, actually, I think we might be good. It looks like it was 12.99, and we're actually at 13.02. So ideally, we would like to go ahead and see this go above 3.18 in order to confirm that we are in an uptrend, and then we're going to go ahead and see this twirl all the way up, and hopefully this area of resistance doesn't get rejected, because we could also go ahead and get rejected, which looks like a massive head and shoulders pattern, which is something we have to go ahead and look out for. So we have more bearish scenarios than bullish scenarios at this point. Unfortunately, it's not looking too good, at least on the 15-minute chart. Now, if we do go ahead and you want to wait for an actual confirmation, I would suggest, not financial advice, throwing in a little bit of money around this area right here, and then slowly dollar cost your way up. So if we do go ahead and break this resistance right here, well, then now this becomes this new support, and then you're just buying as it goes up, right? Because if you go ahead and go in right here right now, and then it pumps and then it gets rejected, it's going to dump about probably 40% right here if we go ahead and lose this, right? So we really need to go ahead and break above that. I'm expecting some sort of wick like this over the weekend. I think personally, in my opinion, Pepe 2.0 is still pretty bullish to trade. I'm here to swing trade it. I've been making some gains back and forth just trading this, but what I want to go ahead and say is overall is our goal right here for Pepe 2.0 in order to be bullish is we need to go ahead and stay above this area right here. So as long as we can go ahead and continue to stay above it, then we're good. Right now it looks like we're at 12.96. So what we really need to go ahead and do is get a little bit more volume coming in, a little bit more buying pressure. I do think the buying pressure is coming in along as well, as we do see a lot of these buys. I've been telling a lot of you, this market's super manipulated. We're seeing this address that ends at 5819 continue to buy and sell every freaking time, right? Which is not a good thing. It's a good and a bad thing, right? Because as the market goes down, it dumps a lot because you have this bot dumping everything down. But when it buys at lows, it literally starts pumping all these transactions. Look at all these transactions. So this bot literally is making money like left to right, dude. It's not even freaking funny. It literally buys the lows and then sells the tops and then rinse and repeats, and it starts making money as the time goes on. Millie, what's up? What about Pepe 3? I don't know anything about Pepe 3, but I'm definitely welcome to go ahead and take a look at it right now. But we'll go ahead and take a look at that right now, right? Pepe 3, we'll take a look at that. Let me go ahead and let me just go ahead and finish up Pepe 2.0 TA real quick. You know what I forgot to make today? I forgot to make my W drink. I usually always go ahead and make my W drink. We're going to go ahead and switch it up a bit. We're going to go ahead and drink some raspberry W right now. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. I'll go ahead and take a look at Pepe 3. I've never heard of Pepe 3. But honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if there is a Pepe 3 and a Pepe 5 and a Pepe 6. Alright, so we're taking a scoop of W. Just going to go ahead and have my drink up and ready. I was supposed to have it a long time ago, but I completely forgot about it. I was so into the freaking stream that I forgot about taking some W. Support the channel by using my W link down below, or just type in Pepe 2 at checkout to go ahead and get 10% off. It's one of my favorite drinks when it comes to trading, you know, working, going to the gym, whatever the case is, running, going for a walk, doing homework. It does give you a lot of extreme focus. It's on MEXC spot. All right, for sure. We'll check. We'll do Pepe 3 right now. All right. Really appreciate you for giving me a heads up that it's on MEXC spot. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at that. Is the ticker symbol just Pepe 3, or is it like 1000 Pepe 3, or how is it? So we're getting our drink up and ready. Let me just finish up with this Pepe 2.0 TA, so I could go ahead and do Pepe 3.0 TA. So it looks like we do have a Pepe 3. So ideally, it's not looking the best, but is also not looking the worst, in my opinion. Obviously, this is not financial advice, solely my opinion, but I do think that we are at a very critical area, though. So I'm not going to go ahead and sit here and lie to you and say that, you know, it's looking freaking bullish, so you should go ahead and buy. But if you actually go ahead and zoom out on the 1 hourly, you're actually seeing that we're making somewhat of a higher high, right? If we could go ahead and bounce from this area of support and we're breaking above it, we're going to go ahead and see 0.15 in no time. Then we're going to go ahead and see a retrace all the way down maybe to 13. We're going to go ahead and pump all the way to 16, and then we're going to go ahead and see a retrace all the way to 14, and then we're going to go ahead and slightly go up. So if you actually zoom out on Pepe 2.0 on the hourly, it looks like we're still in a bull trend, right? We're still in an uptrend, sorry. Not a bull trend, an uptrend. Obviously, that it doesn't mean we can't go ahead and lose it. But so far, right now, so far, we are in this sort of movement to the upside, if you want to call it that. We are in this little channel to the upside, but also you have to be aware that not because we're in a channel, it doesn't mean we can't go ahead and continue to go up, and then dump 50%, right? So you also have to be aware of that. But I think, in my opinion, is looking extremely bullish on Pepe 2.0. Solely in my opinion, we should be seeing a pump hopefully in the next coming hours. I'm expecting by the time later on today, we should go ahead and see this thing reverse and then make new all-time highs, and then FOMO starts to kick in again, and then people are like, damn, I wish I would have bought in earlier. So let's go ahead and take a look at Pepe 3, all right? We're gonna go ahead and look at Pepe 3, and as I mentioned, this is my position at the time of the recording. Hopefully tomorrow or whenever we go live again, we're seeing some positive, right? I was actually down like 90%, so I'm actually glad to see this at only $132 negative instead of freaking seeing like literally my whole balance negative. So yeah, I don't do stop losses either, which is not a good thing, by the way. Depending on where the market's doing, I decided to go ahead and put a stop loss. So like right now, I'm not putting any stop losses, but if it does go ahead and drop down, I am going to go ahead and add one again on my position. So let's go ahead and talk about Pepe 3.0. Spot market. Where's the spot market at? Spot. And most importantly, all of you, I do suggest if you could go ahead and do me a huge favor and smash that subscribe button for me. It doesn't cost you anything. It's completely free, and it really does help support the channel by a lot. Pepe 3.0. Okay, so this is Pepe 3. Whoa. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at Pepe 3. I'm going to go ahead and use Trading View, because that's my that's what I like to look at charts. Let's see if I can find it. Should be on MEXC. Yep, right here, Pepe 3.0. I don't know why, but I'm just not feeling freaking blue raspberry today. It reminds me of this one pre-workout I used to take. I don't know why it brought me that taste. I usually like don't ever have that. It just brought me like this nasty taste of this one pre-workout I used to take, dude. It was freaking just brought me like a flashback when I took that blue raspberry W, bro. And that usually never happens to me. Like I even said that last time. I'm actually surprised that this blue raspberry is actually pretty good. But like right now, like this is my first time ever like getting that like. Yeah, dude. I didn't like that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been taking this for a while, and I've never had issues. But today's a day where I'm just like not feeling it. I'm not liking the blue raspberry. I've never really liked blue raspberry to begin with, at least on drinks like that, right? So I can't find it there. I'm gonna go ahead and head over to. Actually, yeah, we could do this. I guess this works. It looks pretty shitty though. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see if we can find it on Dex Tools, because Dex Tools maybe has better data on there than that channel does. What's the smart contract on Dex Tools? Oh, Dex Tools is right here. We're gonna type in Pepe 3. Pepe 3. I'm assuming it's this one right here. Pepe 3, 1 month ago. Well, I could always go ahead and check the smart contract, right? Okay, so this is not it. Yeah, I don't like the spot on MEXC. The charges doesn't look good. It's just not good enough to read. So, I'm assuming it's probably this one. Let me check if it's this one. The way I'm going to check is by checking their smart contract and seeing. Oh, I think we can check the smart contract right here too. Yeah, dude, it's because this chart looks disgusting. Like, okay, I guess this works. We'll do it from here. I guess how it works. We're just gonna have to work with it. Okay, so let me go ahead and do this. I mean, the chart still looks nasty. I'm not gonna lie. This is like probably the nastiest chart I've ever looked at, and it does not look good. I'm gonna be honest with you. It does not look good. But let's go ahead and let's talk about some bullish scenario if it's possible, right? So for Pepe 3.0, go ahead and draw this right here. We're gonna go ahead and say that this is our area of support. Why do we say that? Because we see it touch multiple times. Ideally, I like to go ahead and put this square right here because that usually means, for me personally, that it's anywhere around this area would be considered support. And the reason why I say that, because it touched this candlestick right here and then all these wicks right here. So for me personally, I would say this is an area of support. And then for resistance, we're going to go ahead and look for another area of resistance. So ideally, this is an area that I see that would be considered resistance. Why? Because if you, as I always mention, support becomes resistance, resistance becomes support, meaning that, as you can see right here, this was once an area of support. You could even go a little bit lower and even say this is an area of support. But because we do see these other candlesticks being touched right there, we're just going to go ahead and say this is our area of resistance, ideally. But as I mentioned, support becomes resistance, resistance becomes support. So to me, because I see a lot of these candlesticks being touched right there, and then we see the resistance being rejected right here multiple times, I'm going to go ahead and consider this an area of resistance, right? Hey, Bernie, how's it going, bro? He says, Fing Virgo, bro. How's it going, bro? I'm not vegan, by the way. But, yeah, so let's go ahead and put this price label right here. We're going to do that. I hope you're having a great day today, Bernie. That's strong rejection, 100%. 100%. So let's go ahead and talk about both bullish and bearish scenarios, right? So let's just say bullish scenario, right? Let's say bullish scenario. In order for this to be bullish, ideally we wouldn't want to see this dump all the way down over here. And the reason why I say that is because if it does dump all the way over there, it's going to be harder for us to go ahead and come back up, right? So ideally, we wouldn't want to go ahead and even fall back to this area of support, because more than likely that means we're going to pump and we're going to go ahead and get rejected, as Bernie says, right? So ideally, in order for Pepe 3.0 to be bullish on the daily time frame, we need to go ahead and see this break through. But as Bernie said, you could go ahead and see this is a very strong area of rejection. So that means that people are thinking this is a little too overpriced and they're not willing to go ahead and pay the price for that any further, right? The bullish scenario out to this is that this could also be a cup and handle pattern. If you see this, that, and then pump, right? So our goal would be ideally to go ahead and see this break within the next, ideally I would say in the next 3 days, 2 to 3 days. If this is a cup and handle pattern, we would have to go ahead and see a signal of a reversal, testing this area at the 10.390 one more time and breaking above it. As soon as we break above it, our goal is to go ahead and consolidate above it and then break back up, right? Because as soon as we go ahead and break down below, it's not a bad sign. But honestly, if we're thinking about this, you know, potentially mooning, we would like to go ahead and see this break, hold this area of support, and then just continue to go up, right? Because even if we go ahead and pump and then we dump and we find a new support and we slightly come up, it just means it's going to take us a little bit longer to get to our destination, right? So that's the bullish and bearish scenario. Ideally, to keep it very simple, you need to go ahead and see this break above the 20.3090 area and hold above it. Hold and break above it, right? So write that down on a piece of paper, your notes on your phone, or on the whiteboard. That is the main focus. You need to go ahead and see a break and hold above it. In order for this to be completely bearish, where we're going to go ahead and see an additional probably 50% dump, will be breaking below the 7286 area. So if we go ahead and retest the support one more time, and then we close below it, meaning if we see a candlestick like this close, let's say it closes like that, and it's followed by another candlestick that's bigger, that's red, that means this thing's more than likely going to go ahead and dump to who knows where, maybe 50% from where it's at. So just be very, very cautious. It's not looking too good. As I mentioned, this chart has been nothing but a downtrend, so hopefully we do see some sort of uptrend going on. But you can see that since it launched, it's been this massive dump. So just be very, very careful. Yeah, nah, you're a Virgo. I hope. He says I am, bro. I hope you are too. We all are. We all are, bro. So welcome. I hope you're having a good day or good night, bro. But yeah, it's not looking too good. Pepe 3.0 is not looking too well. I don't know much about the project, as I mentioned. You also have to go ahead and keep in mind the fundamentals when it comes to a lot of these projects is very, very different to go ahead and analyze. So when it comes to meme coins, not only do you need to understand the technical analysis point to it, but you also need to go ahead and focus on the area of the hype, right? Is there any hype being built up? Is there some sort of community that's bullish behind the project that they're talking about? And that's one of the other areas you need to really, really focus on. when it comes to a lot of these projects. Like for example, the reason why I'm quite bullish on Pepe 2.0 is because I've been with Pepe 2.0 since the beginning and I understand what it typically does, right? I understand what it was capable of doing, and Pepe 2.0 actually pumped as high as 95 million market cap in like literally a week, right? So I kind of understand the potential of the community, but I'm also being aware of what's going on the charts. And in order for that, as I mentioned, we would ideally like to go ahead and see some sort of reversal very soon. And that would go ahead and give us a sign that we are in somewhat of an uptrend. Doesn't mean we still can't go ahead and get rejected and fall all the way down, but it does mean that we will go ahead and have some bullish momentum. We have had a few hours already, 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, about almost 16 hours of red. So we do need to go ahead and pump on Pepe 2 very soon, in my opinion. But yeah, that's about it with Pepe 2. With Ethereum is looking pretty well in my opinion as well. Currently right now at a total market cap of 6 million. I'm pretty sure it's probably 7 million because you know how Dex Tools has all the incorrect information. Some of you yesterday asked me, hey John, would this be a good area for me to jump in? And I said, I really don't know, right? Because when it comes to meme coins, TA is kind of almost out the door. It's kind of almost like it's not going to be followed. And if it does follow the TA, then that's a pretty good sign that you know, people are analyzing it and looking at it the same way, right? But for meme coins, most of the time, even if you see some sort of pattern, it's always going to go ahead and do the opposite, right? Because we never know the kind of movements that are going to be happening. Why? Because meme coins are more manipulated than any other asset out there. For example, right now, if you go ahead and take a look at Ethereum, we are forming this massive cup and handle pattern, in my opinion. And I did mention yesterday that we could have even fall as low as 8146, and I said within these two zones right here, it would be a really good buying opportunity. Obviously not financial advice, right? But what I'm trying to say is that at those two zones, the reason why those are important areas, and you really can't time it, right? Because yesterday we could have easily just pumped and mooned, because that's what meme coins are. That's the power of meme coins. They do whatever they want. It doesn't matter what you and I say. They do whatever they want. And I did mention yesterday, if you could go ahead and get lucky enough to go ahead and buy some sort of dip around these two areas right here, and at least load up a few bags, meaning let's say you really wanted to be a part of, say, Ethereum right now, you throw in maybe, let's say your investment's $1,000, right? Maybe you only throw in $300 right here. So if this thing gets rejected, then now you have a chance to go ahead and throw another $300, because more than likely it's going to pump, right? It looks right here on the 4 hourly, we are getting a reversal. We're not sure yet. Volume is slightly picking up, but if we do go ahead and get a reversal, we are going to go ahead and see this breakout to the 0.12. Now let's say you put in $300 here, now you put another additional $300 here, and as soon as you get that breakout and you find its next area of support, then you throw in the rest of the $300 here. You kind of like dollar cost average your way up, and then as soon as this thing does, it just moons. Or you could just go ahead and take the risk to just go all in right now. This guy Bernie, bro, I don't know about that one, bro. You tell me, how did that one go? But yeah, that's what's going on right now with Ethereum. Still holding on to my position, providing liquidity. Actually, currently up about $62, just providing liquidity. So that's not too bad on fees that I'm making. So it looks like I might be averaging a little bit over. Probably by the end of the day, I'll probably average another additional. If we do get more volume picked up, I'll probably go ahead and close at least on my fees with about like $80, which is not too bad. So about $60 to $80 a day passive income doing nothing. It's not too bad. It's just like staking, you know? So that's not too bad on that. But we do definitely need to go ahead and see some volume pick up on Ethereum in order for us to still continue to be bullish. Let's go ahead and talk about what's going on with the overall market. It looks like let's see how we finished today. Looks like the market's doing kind of good. Some altcoins mostly pumped. Yeah, mostly altcoins took a nice little pump. I know Bitcoin also took a nice little pump. Let's go ahead and talk about Bitcoin real quick, and then I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Need to go ahead and take a break. But let's see, where's the trading view? Dude, where's freaking trading view at? It's not that. Let me go close these windows because I'm getting confused. All right, we'll just go ahead and type it in the trading view. So welcome for all those that are tuning in right now. If you're brand new, smash that subscribe button. All right, let's go ahead and talk about some Bitcoin real quick. And we're gonna go ahead and end this stream. Dude, you know how bullish I've been on Bitcoin? It's not even funny. Like, everybody's been so bearish on Bitcoin. I really don't understand why. Like, the signs were clear from the beginning that Bitcoin was gonna pump, but just people like to be people and want to always be right and do the opposite. You know what I mean? Like, I knew this freaking pump was gonna happen. like it's not even funny. I told all of you that we were going in some sort of uptrend, and it looked like a massive cup and handle forming. And as we see right here, I'm not sure how valid this is, but look at that. There's a reason why I was bullish on this. So I do see that. I do see Bitcoin climbing above $30,000 probably either by the weekend or by next week. I do believe that Bitcoin might go ahead and try to break its previous resistance. Will we be able to do that? I don't know. That's a great question. It's a really great question. I do think so. I think Bitcoin's destined to go ahead and get some bullish momentum coming in. We do need more volume into the market. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do go ahead and see Bitcoin go ahead and enter the area of 30 grand and then break above it and hopefully break past the $31,000. And I think people are going to be extremely bullish. And I think that's when $40,000 Bitcoin comes in place. I know people are going to be like, bro, you're freaking crazy, but I think $40,000 Bitcoin is very doable. But it doesn't mean we're in a bull run. It means that we're just pumping temporarily, right? It means we could go ahead and touch $40,000 and then dump down. And this is where I think leading on to the Bitcoin halving is when, you know, we're going to have some consolidation maybe around here. Maybe we retest the area back at 27. People are like, damn, this is a fake run. Like, I'm tired of always getting wrecked in crypto. I'm never going to go ahead and buy it. And look, I actually put my lines right here. This is what I think is going to happen. Might consolidate, might go ahead and break down to 24,000 one last time, and then it's going to go ahead and moon. That's what I think is going to happen. I could be completely wrong, right? Maybe it does pump all the way to 39,000. Maybe it consolidates. Then maybe it has a staircase all the way up, leading to the halving, leading to the fucking biggest bull run in history. I doubt that's going to be the case, but it could be. It could be. I mean, it's Bitcoin. It's cryptocurrency. You know, anything is possible. You know what I mean? So I'm really bullish on Bitcoin, man. I'm telling you, I've been super bullish. The only bad thing about this is that I did actually have some contract options for Bitcoin on Riot that actually expired out of the money today. So I'm actually quite sad on that because I knew this BS was going to happen. And watch it pump next week, dude. It's like, freaking pissing me off. So I took some profits right now on the stock market. I closed my positions on AMC. I was up a lot last week. I should have freaking paid attention, dude. I was paying more attention to the crypto market and I was trading more of the crypto market than the stock market. And I kind of lost attention to it and I didn't take profits too soon. So I kind of effed up on that on my end. So hopefully next week I go ahead and start off with a better portfolio. I do have a few options that are pretty much expiring worthless at this point. The only one that's making me money is the only stock that made me money was AMC and Macy's, and I think those are definitely going to go ahead. Well, AMC, I closed my position, probably will go ahead and re-enter, and then Macy's, I'm probably going to go ahead and hold on to that till next month. But right now, I'm just not going to go ahead and trade the stock market too much. I'm just going to go ahead and sit on the sideline. I might focus on just trading crypto a little bit more. Because I tried doing both, and honestly, it didn't work out good. I thought I was going to be able to do it, but I was just putting too much focus into crypto, and then I forgot about the stock market, and then now it got wrecked. So I'm just going to go ahead and hold on to whatever stock money I have, which it's not that much. I'm only down about 50%, right? And I'm just going to go ahead and hold on to that. And then I'm going to go ahead and decide what to go ahead and do. But I think right now the crypto market's going to have a lot more volatility as well. So I would rather just go ahead and focus on maybe buying like two stocks or like one stocks and just trade those and then just focus mostly right now on crypto, because I do believe some sort of meme coin season will go ahead and start. So that's where my focus is right now at the moment. But I really do appreciate all of you tuning in. Thank you, Bernie, for tuning in today. Saeed, Tim, you know, Happy, Mia, Ryan, all of you watching, Ferris, who else? That's about it that I see right here. I really do appreciate all of you tuning in today. Really do. Thank you a lot. Thanks for always supporting the channel. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll go ahead and catch all of you. Yeah, I forgot to mention as well. Go ahead and make sure to support the channel by using my MEXC link down below. That is the platform that I personally like to go ahead and trade. As you can see, I'm currently up on a trade right now. I'm actually down on a trade, down 53%. So we'll go ahead and see where things go. Hopefully I don't get liquidated. And as always, go ahead and follow my favorite trader, Natoshi. She has really good technical analysis. She's really good at what she does. So if this is something you want to go ahead and become a better trader on, go ahead and check her out. I try to watch her almost literally every day as she posts a video or goes live. So really do appreciate all of you tuning in today. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.